Ladies and gentlemen, in the first 2 weeks, My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble coming out, we got the first maintenance update along with patch notes from Bandai Namco. So shout out to Bandai Namco. Now, let me just say this. Some things people are going to disagree with. Some things people are going to agree with. I'll tell you guys the rundown of these fixes right off the rip, right? I think for the most part, they're okay. You know, they're satisfactory, I would say. I think they needed to add more fixes there, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go over the bug fixes, right? Which is like a general issue that was occurring in the game that had nothing character specific. You know, it was just an issue in the game. Now, this one was shorten the time it takes to enter the lobby after searching for a lobby. Great. This is a very great fix in my opinion. Fix the server bug that occurred when changing characters in training mode. I think that this is very minor, but I understand. Maybe people want to use training mode, and, you know, to them, it's probably a big deal. But because I don't use training mode for this kind of game, you know, to me, it's whatever. Now, this one fits the server bug that was occurring in communication during battles. Okay, so here's the thing, right? In this bug fixes, nowhere does it show that they fixed the issue where when your teammate dies, their character token goes onto the map in Central Plaza. That's a very big issue for me. That's a very big issue for a lot of people. If my teammate dies, I want to be able to revive them. But right now in the game, that happens sometimes where they die and I can't revive them for the entirety of the game. So essentially, I'm out of one teammate because the game decided to just have this issue. I wish that they would fix this, but that's just me. Now, for the three Musketeers, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, their projectiles got nerfed, right? I think that was the only thing that they really needed nerfed. Everything else was fine, but their specific, you know, alpha quirks were just dumb. So I'm glad they nerfed that. Across the board, from level 1 all the way to level 9, they do less damage than before. Now, here's the thing that I wasn't expecting. Iida increased the reload speed at all levels. So this man got a buff. Increased the reload speed for Reciproca Burst. Like, bro, I think that Iida was fine as he was before the patch. You know, I think he was fine. Now increasing the reload speed is wild to me, man. I think it's crazy. I think him having this buff, woo. Now this is, I mean, you know, he's definitely gonna be used a lot more. I would say, at least a lot more than before. Now, one of the more useless changes here for Tsu, the camouflage quirk, the gamma quirk. I rarely use this quirk when I use Tsu, but here's the problem. Because of aim assist on the console version of this game, this quirk is almost rendered useless, right? When you're trying to be sneaky, going past, you know, a team. Now I get it. Camouflaging isn't supposed to be like total invisibility. It's supposed to be more like, hey, you know what? If they're not really paying too much attention, they're not looking twice in your direction, you're pretty much going to be okay sneaking around. But in this game, because of aim assist, their camera always moves to you, even if you're camouflaged. So the quirk kind of doesn't work the way it should. It's not as good as it should be. And that really makes me sad because I think that this quirk could actually have a lot of uses for reviving, for making sure you can grab an item without being seen, that kind of stuff. But because of aim assist in this game, it's not possible unless you're playing on PC. Now for Kirishima, he got what I would say a very nice buff. So for his special action, which is hardening, they increased the reload speed on that, and the duration is the effect duration got extended. So in general, an overall boost. Now for the beta, increase the number of bullets at all levels, so he can do more red counter. Great, a buff for him. Now I'm not mad at Kirishima getting buffs, simply because he doesn't really have movement. Movement is the one big factor in this game that people kind of overlook sometimes. Yeah, it's great to have great damage. It's nice to have, you know, great quirks. But if you don't have the movement for when you're in a bad sticky situation, you're getting worked on. You're gonna go down. So you know, Kirishima being a tank, like that's his quirk, right? He's basically a tank outside of the fact that his role is also tank. Just in general, I like the fact that they gave him this. Okay, he was pretty fucking overpowered, like in terms of if you're getting into a 1v1 with him, you're not winning that 1v1. You know what I mean? You're not winning that 1v1. Now, for sure, on a 1v1, chance of you winning are pretty low. You got to have a lot of movement, a lot of air, maneuvers and whatnot. But, it is what it is. Now, for Shigaraki, I started using him not that long ago. And I'm glad to see this. They increased the number of bullets for his area glitch. That's actually kind of dope. Again, another character that has no movement whatsoever, dude. Like, this dude is getting clapped up by any Tsuyu, any Iida, Deku, Bakugo, anybody that has even slight movement, bro. Like, they automatically win against this guy. So, him having an area of effect and also having more abilities, like more bullets for it, great. Now, for Dabi, he's the only character on this list that got his HP changed for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they increased it or they decreased it. I'm not 100% sure because I'll be honest with you guys. If you had to ask me what the value for each character's HP is, I couldn't tell you. I don't look at that stuff. All I know is that when I'm getting clapped up and I don't have shield, I'm trying to drink a shield potion. When I'm getting clapped up and I don't have health, I'm drinking a health potion. You know what I mean? That's all I know. But anyways, for Dabi, they increased, I'm assuming they increased it. Maximum HP to 350. So quirk skill, Arson. That's his projectile homing fireballs. They increased the damage for this. And I agree with this buff because when I played him like 2 days ago, I always was thinking, damn, he only does 30 damage every fireball. Man, this kind of trash. Because then you're looking at Bakugo going pew, 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 doing 60, 65, 70 damage on you. I hit. And then you're out here doing less than half of that with Dabi. I'm like, golly, boy. So I'm glad that Dabi got this much needed buff. And this, like so far, these buffs for these other characters have been great because it'll make people think twice about sticking with the old meta, right? Old meta, which is, the game is only 2 weeks old, so it's kind of weird saying old meta, but you get what I mean. So for Compress, he actually got a nice buff too. His Alpha has more bullets now, so he can throw more marbles at you that turn into debris. And then for the Beta quirk, Sleight of Hand, I think this is the one where he escapes, right? Where he turns into a ball and escapes into a puff of smoke. He has more of those as well. I'm assuming they increased it from 1 to 2, which is pretty nice. If you're the last one left on your team, you need to get out of there. It's nice to have more than one. I'll tell you that much. Now for Mount Lady, it's really odd. I think that she needed more damage, not more bullets. But they gave her more bullets for her Gamma quirk, which I don't think a lot of people are gonna be all that hype about. But hey, it's a buff nevertheless. So Mountain Lady players, you can't be choosers if you're beggars. You know what I mean? But let me say this to finish it off with this patch notes. Shout out to My Hero to Rumble for actually implementing some changes to the game. Only 2 weeks in, actually taking feedback and making sure that the game has actual substance, because a lot of these games, man, that Bandai throws out like that seem like one-off games, a lot of them don't get this kind of treatment. I'll tell you that much. But I get it, right? This game only works as a live service game, so they have to do these kind of patch notes and they have to do these patches and maintenance and stuff, because otherwise the game doesn't make any money, and it's a free game, right? Like they didn't make any money on the official front sale. They didn't make any money up front, so they have to make sure to get you to come back to the game so they can make some money. I understand. Shout out to you, Bandai. You're doing good. You're doing good. Season 1 of My Hero to Rumble so far, these patches, I really appreciate them. I really wish though for the bug fixes they would have fixed that issue with the character tokens, but maybe they'll do it in the next patch. Who knows? Anyways, you guys let me know what you think of these patch notes. I'm satisfied for the most part, so I'm not gonna complain. You guys take care. Peace.